Yo, yo, yo. Wow, man. We are back in the building. Let's see, man. It's your boy, Demarcus Duhart. Sorry, audio technical difficulties, but I want to ask you guys, have you ever wondered how to begin streaming, but just did not know how to get started? What have you been watching in the VA? Do you know about Shaquille O'Neal? Well, today he's going to introduce some of his investing strategies. So if you want to know about investing, you're in the perfect place today, guys. This is perfect. Let's go right into what he's talking about, guys. Let's go. Sound good, don't it? Let's go into one of his videos, man, about him talking about investing and unveiling one of his strategies right now, man. Let's go. Let's see what he's talking about, guys. And I'm guessing this is one of his streams or his podcast that he got going on. Let's see what he's talking about.
Welcome to the break room. Today we're talking about investing.
You can work what, like 12, 14 hours a day, and that's a long day, but your money can work 24/7, nonstop, and investing is how I'm gonna be able to retire at 40, fingers crossed, not actually just working and trying to make as much money as I can right now.
You know, people always come to me for investing advice, and I told them, I said, first of all, you have to know what you're investing in.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of stocks. I'm scared. I need guidance.
scared?
Yeah, I need guidance when it comes to that.
Stocks, yeah, I'm kind of like that too. Unless
You
it's,
never know.
Yeah, so
unless
you
it's
guys
somebody
gotta
I know,
understand.
somebody I trust.
I can kind of
Shaquille O'Neal is technically, he's a basketball player, NBA Hall of Famer, all that. He's a basketball player, but he's showing you guys that he's also needs help with investing. Like just like me, when I started investing, I didn't know. I went to YouTube University. I started learning from different mentors. I started investing in different mentors, and at the same time, they start giving me a breaking step and strategy on how to actually invest, man. So Shaq is breaking down that he also needed help, guys. So you just don't be ashamed of not knowing how to invest.
relate to that mentality of coming from like really humble beginnings and almost being afraid of like, I'm gonna lose this money or it won't be enough. My parents came from very humble beginnings. My dad, his first job in America was as a field worker and then a dishwasher. The very first home that he lived in, mind you, there was like 10 brothers and siblings living in one house. They all came together with the salary of dishwashers and put the money together and bought the home. And what happened? That house appreciated, and so they were able to sell it, and then everyone got a small cut. With that small cut, my dad then got a couple more of his brothers, and they bought a fourplex. Again, it went up in value, they sold it, and they kept doing that. And to me, it's crazy because they were dishwashers. So whenever people say like, I don't make enough money or et cetera, it's like, you might be uncomfortable. You might have to sleep on the floor. You might have to share a room, but it is definitely possible to stay in that long game and turn money around.
I got one big mistake, and it's a mistake I'll never make again. I hire financial advisors. They're boring. Like, I don't want to do this boring stuff. I want to see the big investment.
And that's true, guys. Like, realize that a lot of the different people or immigrants, they're coming here from different countries in America, but at the same time, they're holding traditional values. That's how we started Americans, and they know how to work together. And when they know how to work together, 3 or 4 of them can live in one house and also build wealth that way. That's one way to invest as well. It's more like a family investing, but that's a different type of investing as well. It's investing in family and living with each other as far as building wealth. So what she said about her uncles and her dad, they lived together until they built their money up. That's actually a great strategy that I've seen going on.
I want to see where my 100,000 is going to turn into 350 overnight. And so I kind of went against the grain of what, their philosophy was. And I put a lot of money into an idea that a friend had, and I ended up losing all of that. I ended up losing all of that money. And that's one thing I learned is like, just stick to the basics. It don't have to be sexy. Like, they're the basics for a reason. It's not by accident, right? And so thinking that I knew more than the professionals that are helping me do this, I ain't never gonna make that mistake again.
I used to see this rich guy, really rich, older, 80, old Rolls Royce and that, and I asked him, I said, how? And he taught me a word I never heard. He said, Shaq, you need to invest in an annuity. And I never knew what it was. And I looked it up because
Annuity, guys. These annuity funds shift investment risk from the investor to an insurance company. You pay the company premium for a period of time, and then the company begins paying you. Wow, that's what an annuity is. We're gonna deep dive into it, but that's basically.
I was making so much money from commercials and all, I didn't know what to do with it. And he's like, yeah, all this money you're making, if you put it away, you can invest it and you can start collecting at 50, 60, and 70. So that was my greatest investment.
Don't be afraid to spend it.
I've learned that. Don't be afraid to spend it on the right thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just the investing side. A lot of people are afraid, oh man, I gotta put the money on this house. How long is it gonna take? It's gonna take 12 months. Man, I don't wanna wait that long. I don't know how much I get back. Patience is the key when it comes to this stuff.
Everybody's biggest question for me, they're like, what stock should I invest in right now? Because as a finance expert, they're like, oh, you must know. You have to have the secret. No. Even when I worked on Wall Street, I would watch these hedge funds blow up overnight because they made bad calls and they put all their money into a couple things and they were wrong. And when you've got billions of dollars of technology and you still mess it up, it goes to show sometimes investing in something that's not sexy, like a target date retirement fund or an index fund, is probably a more reliable bet, and you don't have to work nearly as hard to try and find the perfect thing because it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Shout out to the general, man. Shout out, man, to Shaq, guys. Shout out to Shaq, man. We love you. We love you. We love you, man. Fair use. Like I said, realize that you guys, there's so many different investment strategies, but you gotta get invested now. You gotta start putting in your money now and start understanding that, the longer you wait, the worse it is.